Well, James, after a difficult couple of weeks following the draw with Swansea, a massive win for Liverpool at Chelsea yesterday.
Certainly was, yeah. It was an afternoon to remember at Stamford Bridge. It was a game of kind of contrasting halves. It was Liverpool were absolutely dominant first half. Really got in Chelsea's faces. Never gave them time to settle on the ball. Kind of roughed them up, which was great to see, really, and dominated that first half. And with a little bit more quality in the final third, would have had more to show for it than just the one-goal lead. As it was a wonderfully crafted goal with Charlie Adam winning the ball back, and then great interplay between Bellamy, Suarez to tee up Maxi Rodriguez. Second half, there was a complete transformation in the game. It was Chelsea that raised their game, and Liverpool were on the back foot. And but for a world-class save from Pepe Reina from Ivanovic's header, they would have actually found themselves trailing after Sturridge had restored parity. But the pleasing thing was Liverpool defended well and showed a lot of guts and character to hang in there when they were up against it, and then got their reward at the death there with what was a moment of individual brilliance from Glenn Johnson, which was a special moment, because I think most people thought at that point Liverpool maybe would settle for a point, but they kept going and made sure that Chelsea's defensive frailties were exposed.
You spoke to the match winner after the game. He must have been elated after his injury problems this season.
You could see how much it meant to him, and it was great to see, because Glenn Johnson, everyone knows what quality Glenn Johnson's got. And he has got that in his locker, and we just want him to produce it more often, because it's important that the goals are shared around and everyone chips in if Liverpool are going to be successful this season. And you could see how much it meant to him, and it was a nice touch, because afterwards he made a point of dedicating his goal to the memory of Brad Jones's son Luca, who tragically lost his battle with leukemia last week. And that's why obviously Liverpool wore black armbands yesterday. So that was, it was a nice touch of him to make that comment afterwards.
Maxi Rodriguez and Craig Bellamy are two individuals who haven't featured too much for the Reds this season, but their performance yesterday shows the real competition for places that the Reds now have in midfield.
Certainly does, yeah. I mean, I think there was a bit of surprise yesterday when the team sheets dropped, because Kenny left £70 million worth of talent on the bench by dropping Carroll, Henderson and Downing. But the changes made sense. I think he'd obviously looked at the fact that Chelsea had been vulnerable defensively. He wanted a nimble, mobile, intelligent forward unit who could expose those gaps in Chelsea's defence. And I think fans were delighted to see Maxi Rodriguez play, because he's impressed in the Carling Cup games this season. Hasn't had much of a look in the league whatsoever, but he more than justified his selection. Not just with the goal, but the way he's just so intelligent with the ball, and his movement is great and links up well with Suarez. And Bellamy as well, caused Chelsea a lot of problems. He played a big part in the opening goal. And it just underlined the depth of the squad. When he was able to bring on Henderson, I thought had a big impact when he came off the bench, and then Downing and obviously Carroll came on, and you had the likes of Martin Kelly and Carragher as well on the bench, and it just obviously bodes well for the rest of the season.
Valuable 3 points at Stamford Bridge sets Liverpool up nicely now for a big meeting against an undefeated Manchester City at Anfield next Sunday.
Certainly does, yeah. I mean, it's just the perfect confidence booster going into that game. Everyone's seen what great form Manchester City have been in. I think they've made the best start to a Premier League season there's ever been, and it's going to be tough, but the Liverpool will go into the game on a high now. And the important thing is they've got to try and put their away form into matches at Anfield, because that's 5 straight wins on the road for Liverpool. And they've been outstanding on their travels, but the home form has let them down. Dropped 8 points at Anfield already. But if they go about their business like they did yesterday and get into Manchester City from the start, there's no reason why they can't cause them problems. And it's just great that now the preparation for that game is everyone buoyant and looking forward to what's going to be a massive fixture.